No contest. Kevin Holland, man, number 14 versus Kyle Daukaus. AJ, really quickly, I did want to take a note of what you were talking about. You're saying headbutts is just kind of a part of grappling. It's a part of wrestling, and I do agree with you. So last week in jiu-jitsu, man, we're doing, I'm going against like a purple belt, a brown belt, right? These dudes are experienced. They know, and we're starting on our feet, right? So it's open takedown, live rounds. And I'm trying to feint, right? Changing levels, down, up. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to like fake like I'm going to grab an overhead on you, overhook, right? And then I'm going to feint as if I'm going to change levels. I'm going to get you to bite on that one, and I'm going to come right back up for the overhook, try to sprawl down, get my hips back. I do that. I get that second feint off successfully. He bites on it, and we clash heads. And I hit him square in the jaw. And this could have been a very similar situation to Kevin Holland, how he just got flash KO'd. Now, he was the dude who I was going against. He was a lot better than I was, man. I had a fat lump on my head. I was like, fuck, man. Like, give me a minute. I'll be good in a second. You know what I'm saying? But it's that easy. It can happen just like that. Not intentional whatsoever. You're setting something up, and you just happen to clash heads. This is exactly what happened here, but I'm not going to lie to you, AJ. All the peripherals of this fight, everything that I saw in the match on what was taking place so far, if I had to say this fight happened 100 times, I feel like Kyle Daukaus maybe wins 90 out of 100 times, man. Like, it looked like he was on pace to start really taking over the fight. Give me your take overall on the contest that you witnessed, AJ.
Man, Kyle Daukaus, we already knew he was good on the ground. He's kind of good everywhere, to be honest with you, but he looked really good on the feet compared to Kevin Holland. I was very impressed. I'm a big Holland fan. I'm a big Daukaus fan. The fans of this show already know. But man, yeah, no, he's got some contender in him, man, and I really like that for Kyle Daukaus coming up. You know, he really put on a good show that he deserves to be in with the big dogs in there. And I think it was – who had the worst outcome for you, Derek? Is it worse getting the flash KO choked out because technically you lost the fight for Kevin Holland, or getting your victory taken away basically by Kyle Daukaus? What do you think?
I think it's worse for Kevin Holland getting knocked out and submitted in one fight, because the people, a lot of fighters and a lot of fans are saying, they're like, listen, this is bullshit. You shouldn't overturn this. Kyle Daukaus should have the win on his record. So in the people's eyes, Kevin Holland lost that fight. Kevin Holland admitted in the post-fight presser, he was like, yeah, man, I lost the fight. Let's run it back. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. You know, I didn't know that the rules work that way or whatever, but if they're going to rule it a no contest, we got to run it back immediately. We just got to go and do it again, man. So in the people's eyes, Kevin Holland lost the fight. Kyle Daukaus got a big bump in his stock. Arguably should have a number next to his name. You know what I mean? So it'd be two Daukaus brothers in the top 15s of their own divisions, man. But, you know, that's not how it works necessarily. Maybe we could bump it up in our rankings personally, but listen, these are the only rankings that count, right? BloodyWaterPodcast.com. You dig. But all right, AJ. So yeah, that's my take. What do you think personally?
It's an interesting thing too, because if the recall happened right when the flash KO happened, and who was it, the referee,
Michael Smith.
Was it Smith?
Yep.
Whoever it was. If the ref would have stopped it right then on the ground, like pause, and then, you know, gone back and restarted it, I would have been a lot better with this. The whole replay situation in a fight is weird, because like in other sports it makes sense when scoring's happening. You know, you verify that it is legitimate. But in a flash KO like that, where it wasn't meant to be, like, I feel like clashes of heads should be allowed. Not allowed necessarily, but should be forgiven. Whereas if headbutts, where you intentionally headbutt somebody, yeah, that's a no-go for sure. Either way, a weird situation with the whole reffing and the whole replay situation, but a good win, if you can call it a win, for Kyle Daukaus, because his stock went up huge in my book, man. His hands were looking good. He looked long for the division, putting that big head to work. So it added a little bit extra stock that he's able to survive when the things get going, and when he sees blood in the water, he goes for the kill, because that was a very deep rear naked choke. He hopped on the back right away, put all his weight on it, put the hooks in, got the hand under the neck. It looked really good, man. He looked like he was on point. And yeah, technically Kevin Holland had the two L's, or the two losses in the one fight. So it's hard to say. But even though Kevin Holland, to his aspect, that Hendrick stand, he did look good on the takedown defense. He looked good. He was able to defend, I think it was one or two different takedowns. Looked really good until the chaos of the fight game happens. But I feel like that's what we're here for, man, is that chaos. So It's hard to say, man. What do you think?
Well, I agree with the no contest because you could literally see Kevin Holland's body go stiff the moment that thing happened, right? And let's be honest, man, Kevin Holland was doing a good job stuffing the takedowns, and Kyle Daukaus got the dominant position. Why? Because Kevin Holland was knocked out on his feet, rolled over to his back. And what's even more impressive to me is a half-conscious Kevin Holland was still able to try to establish his guard against Kyle Daukaus, was able to evade what seemed to be a Darce choke by Daukaus first. So it's like Daukaus tried to go for like a Darce or maybe a Bravo, something like that, and then decided to like, all right, now we're going to stand back up and I'm going to jump on your back, get in that rear naked choke, all that good stuff, right? So that was the big argument right there. He wouldn't have had the dominant position had Kevin Holland not been affected by the headbutt. So it's like, yeah, intentional or not. I think the other caveat was that because it didn't even last a round, you have to call it a no contest because, the fight didn't even go long enough or something like that. Regardless, I do hope that these two run it back and they don't get matched up against different opponents because Kevin Holland's grappling is definitely going to get tested against a true mixed martial artist like Kyle Daukaus. And I'm just a bigger fan of Daukaus now because he doesn't talk much, man. It's like he doesn't need to. He's just like, bro, I just go in there and I handle business, man. And I did also like the how would you say, the respect in between the camps, because Kevin Holland, he was basically like, hey, Kyle, bro, we got to run it back. Are you down? Chris, are you guys down? Camp, everyone down? All right, let's run it back as soon as possible. Next time they got us on a card. So I like that, man. However, it did feel like Kyle Daukaus felt a little like he was pressured into being like, oh, yeah, no, it's all good, bro. In his head, he's probably like, man, I just fucked you up, bro, and I'll fuck you up again. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get a little steam on this one next time. Maybe, man. But you got anything else on that one?
No, man. It was a good one. Good stock for the Holland camp, for the Daukaus camp. I definitely think they need to run this one back, but yeah, we'll see.
All right.